Since Jim Carrey has been giving us clues for years, it's about time we took notice. During his career, Jimmy Kimmel had one of the most bizarre yet hilarious incidents. And what appeared to be pure humor was actually Carrey giving us a joke-wrapped covert message, in my opinion. There's a lot to consider here, particularly in light of Jimmy's astounding reply. Let's go back to the crazy footage that got everyone talking initially, though.
Is that a gang sign? Have you,
Oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
You don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is. Right? Yeah.
Jimmy's laughter quickly gave way to obvious disarray before you could say, cut to commercial. You can really see him asking himself, wait, what did he just imply? We won't get into a full-fledged conspiracy over a hand gesture, so don't worry. Carrey was probably hinting to something more subdued and repulsive than hidden clubs. For years, he has subtly grown tired of the glitzy circus that is Hollywood. Look, hosts like Kimmel are part of the spectacle, trained to dazzle you while the real story sneaks out the back, he continued, virtually shrugging, on that couch. Imagine the Colosseum at the precise time that Rome was on fire. The contemporary equivalent is the dazzling TV screen, which is hypnotically captivating and constantly selling stories while the vital things are allowed to simmer.
I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is the all-mocking tongue.
Oh. I like it. It is a scraping.
It's the symbol of the all-mocking tongue. And I'm sick of it. I want everybody to be in on the joke, man. You know what I mean? Like, for years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on.
With exactly the proper amount of slapstick and candy to make it untouchable, he said it directly into Jimmy Kimmel's face. The medication easily gets past the defenses when humor is used as the delivery method. This is hardly shocking to anyone who has followed Jim Carrey's path. The formerly boisterous comedian has changed into a more reserved, reflective man who is preoccupied with the most important issues in life. In a society where noise is everything, he is seeking meaning, a luxury that most people never achieve since they are enmeshed in pointless entertainment, small-time politics, and meaningless diversions. And from whence do those diversions originate? The particular sector of the economy in which he lived. I want everyone to become wealthy and well-known and achieve everything of their dreams, as Carrey himself once stated, so they can see that it's not the solution. Does this actually pertain to Jimmy Kimmel specifically? Most likely not. However, Kimmel is unquestionably a cog in a bigger wheel, a group of cultural influencers guided and prodded by forces well above their pay grade. Late-night humor has taken on a more sinister tone. Ideology concealed behind a laugh track, propaganda in a speech, and indoctrination disguised as humor. The narrative has remained consistent during our most contentious social conflicts, the epidemic, and the conflict in Ukraine. Respect the boundaries, advance the story, and present it as compassionate. Take a look at this eerie video from Kimmel himself a few years ago if you think that's dramatic. It's the ideal example of how someone can make a jaw-dropping statement with no effort, provided that it originates from the politically acceptable side.
Dr. Fauci said that if hospitals get any more overcrowded, they're going to have to make some very tough choices about who gets an ICU bed. That choice doesn't seem so tough to me. Vaccinated person having a heart attack? Yes, come right on in. We'll take care of you. Unvaccinated guy who gobbled horse goo? Rest in peace, Wheezy. The poison control centers have seen this spike in calls from people taking this livestock medicine to fight the coronavirus, but they won't take the vaccine, which is crazy. It's like if you're a vegan and you're just like, no, I don't want a hamburger. Give me that can of Alpo.
Particularly during a pandemic, I don't think anybody else could have gotten away with making such a chilly comment. However, Jimmy Kimmel has made a strong effort in recent years to be the person who joyously mocks the opposite side of the political spectrum while standing solidly on one side. Yes, it garners attention and social media shares, but show some decency. Jim Carrey isn't giving up that currency so readily. Kimmel casually veers into contentious area without ever feeling the pinch of producers' pushback, which is remarkable. That is protection, not luck. He is a member of a safety net operating media class. And it's precisely this luxury that causes people to take notice, like Jim Carrey. Why do some figures seem to get away with it? Maybe because the emperor always welcomes the circus when you perform for him. After all, it provides entertainment for the restless masses while the empire does as it pleases. And Carrey is always attempting to wake us up from that exact sleep. Here's another recent video to emphasize the idea. Jimmy Kimmel received nothing but praise from his crowd after delivering some unflattering comments on Donald Trump's passing.
If those 3 judges he appointed to the Supreme Court take this case and rule against him, he is gonna blow a whale-sized windmill out of his. I mean, it might actually. This could be it. Sometimes I wonder, once Trump is gone and buried on the 18th hole of one of his golf courses, will things get better, or will we have a whole new crop of MAGA brains to deal with?
This type of flimsy political humor fails to bring people together. It breaks. It sows resentment and feeds division rather than igniting interest, empathy, or conversation. The trick is that it's a diversion that prevents millions of people from reaching across the aisle, learning something new, or having the courage to make amends. Naturally, being Jimmy Kimmel's constant target wasn't exactly exciting for Donald Trump. The focus of late-night programs' incessant speeches and cheesy giggles. However, when you take a step back, the difference with Jim Carrey becomes obvious. The man who used to make everyone laugh has turned inward, looking for purpose rather than ridicule. And the infinite political tit-for-tat appears insignificant when viewed through that prism. For Carrey, nothing brought this home more than the 2018 missile fear in Hawaii. For 10 excruciating minutes, he thought his time on Earth was coming to an end and that he was living out his last moments. And all the glamour, all the news, all the diversions vanished into thin air at that fleeting moment of horror. It made him realize how short and frail life is, and how meaningless a lot of our noise is when we consider death.
I sat on the lanai and looked out at the ocean, and at that point I started going, okay, well, what can I do with this last moment of time? And I just decided to go through a list of gratitudes, and honest to God, I could not stop thinking of wonderful things that have happened to me and blessings that I've had. So it was lovely. It was lovely, and I got to a point of grace at about 2 minutes to spare when I found out it wasn't actually happening. And all I was planning to do was close my eyes and be thankful, because it's been a good ride.
After the laughter faded from Carrey's infamous late-night appearance, many viewers began to rewatch it not as comedy but as a coded revelation. His exaggerated grin, the deliberate absurdity of his tone, and the crowd's uncertain laughter created a strange duality, the showman delivering truth disguised as nonsense. Beneath the exaggerated humor lay a plea for awareness. Carrey was signaling that what appears spontaneous on television is often rehearsed illusion, a machine designed to pacify its audience. By clowning through the confession, he reversed the roles. The comic became the truth-teller, and the host became the straight man trapped in denial. This inversion of expectation showed Carrey's genius. He could expose the machinery of entertainment from within it, leaving both audience and interviewer uncertain whether they had just witnessed a joke or a reckoning. Jimmy Kimmel's platform represents a microcosm of 21st century media, a fusion of comedy, politics, and advertising. His desk and stage serve as the cultural control room through which public sentiment is calibrated night after night. When he drifts from humor into advocacy, it illustrates how entertainment now doubles as narrative management. What used to be apolitical monologues about celebrities or daily absurdities have evolved into moral lectures wrapped in punchlines. This shift is subtle but profound. The laugh track is no longer a sign of shared amusement but of shared allegiance. Carrey's earlier warnings resonate here, suggesting that late-night comedy has become an echo chamber where ideology hides behind laughter, and the audience mistakes participation for awareness. Carrey's evolving philosophy also exposes the fragility of celebrity itself. Once celebrated for his elastic face and explosive humor, he now speaks of fame as a shimmering mirage that evaporates the closer one approaches. His statements about wanting everyone to get rich and famous so they can see that it's not the answer distill a lifetime of experience into a moral parable. The entertainment world that crowned him is the same one he now views as a distraction from meaning. In rejecting the false transcendence of popularity, Carrey forces a confrontation with the emptiness beneath applause. Fame, he implies, offers comfort without fulfillment, attention without understanding. That realization, expressed through reflection rather than rebellion, makes his transformation one of Hollywood's rare acts of genuine honesty. The missile scare episode and the personal losses Carrey endured afterward deepened his disillusionment with spectacle. Confronted with the proximity of death, he discovered gratitude rather than fear. This new spiritual clarity reframed his entire worldview. The moments of success that once defined him now seemed trivial beside the serenity of acceptance. His language during interviews shifted from performance to meditation, emphasizing grace, compassion, and detachment. In contrast, the entertainment industry continued its feverish chase for attention. This divergence underscores the heart of Carrey's message, that the modern obsession with visibility blinds us to the fleeting nature of existence. To him, enlightenment is not the applause at the end of the show but the quiet realization that the show itself was never the point. When all these fragments are viewed together, Carrey's satire, Kimmel's partisanship, and the audience's conditioned responses, a single portrait emerges, a culture addicted to distraction and irony. Comedy has become both mirror and mask, reflecting the absurdities of society while concealing its own complicity. Carrey's revelations and Kimmel's routines represent two poles of the same phenomenon, awareness and anesthesia. The tension between them defines contemporary media. One artist tearing away illusion, the other sustaining it for comfort and continuity. Ultimately, Carrey's strange appearances and reflective interviews invite viewers to reclaim discernment, to laugh consciously rather than passively. His warning, hidden inside the laughter, remains urgent. Until we stop confusing noise with truth, the circus will continue, and we will keep applauding our own bewilderment.